PFT Media.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, Tim Apple, man, he does good stuff. That's why I like Big Tim. I really don't like Tim Murphy. I feel like if you call me Tim Murphy, I feel like you're a fucking fed. But like, I also it feels weird being like, you don't have to call me Big Tim, but like, I also just I don't know. I'm weird. You know how some people get about like dead named. Like I preferred it to be just damned instead of my named out loud.
Tim Murphy, they, them. I like it.
I'm in a real good mood because whatever the Biden inauguration thing, which is what this emergency podcast thing was supposed to be about, but I had stuff I had to do yesterday.
This is the third emergency podcast.
Yeah, emergency just means you're bored because the TV show ain't picked back up yet.
We're hanging. Yeah, there's
I'm
new episode of The Mandalorian. So
yeah, I'm unemployed, but
yeah,
so next train.
I didn't realize that the last 3 Wednesdays there's been like major events.
Well, yeah, I mean Wednesdays
I'm not
pop off,
attention.
man. Wednesday's a bad day. Wednesday's a bad day for things. I found.
It's my second least favorite day of the week.
I used to have an open mic on Wednesdays and it was bad, but I sold an ashtray, not at that thing that we talked about on the last episode, but and I did some kind of irresponsible, but I did a little bit of retail therapy. Y'all ever do the retail therapy? But I did it.
Didn't I say I was doing this for a new MacBook?
Yeah, all right. I did it. I did it because Joe Biden's the president. Everybody, everything's better now.
Gonna be better.
Crunch is back and stuff. So I went. I went to Five Below, and I went to Joann's. Well, the Joanne stuff is I'm gonna maybe make more art out of it, or I'll probably end up losing more money because I don't really ever make any money on it. It feels like just it don't, just of like how many I make, and then I'm bad. I need to mix better. But like as a little kid, I liked having army men and stuff. And like when I got in that wreck and everybody gave me all that GoFundMe money, I bought, and I was being real crazy. I bought like some army men and stuff, right? So I got some army men, but they got these little toy airplane things. Yeah, it is an Apache, but
oh yeah,
this brand called Tailwinds. By the way, my retail therapy was like $20. It was less than $20. And I bought like a fancy light thing. But this weird thing here, this like toy thing, $350 here on Amazon, they're $20. And when I had to go fund me monies and there's like $1,000 in there, and I'm telling people like, I don't need any more money for a truck because somebody just done gave me one, like, or the 4 people offered me dinner at the same time. It's like, I can't order this much food. I couldn't, I wanted one of these for childhood reasons because, nostalgia things that make me feel good. But
shrimp ends eventually.
I just couldn't pay $14 fucking for one of these things. You know what I mean? Like I could never do it. Like it was like a barrier. Like it was, and I'd list for them, and I'm sitting there thinking like, if I had, garage door money again, I might buy one of these things, but still that's so much. But apparently some Five Belows have them. So if you're watching or you listening, friends, they're going for $350. I'll give you $4 when I have the money. So you got to check first. Like don't like expect immediate payment. There will probably be times when I might not have the $4, but if you give me 1 or 2, I'm looking especially for MiG-29s, the Fulcrum, and I'm looking for the Mirages, like in the Eurofighter.
It's because of Iron Eagle.
That was a good movie. The whole franchise was good.
I haven't seen it in a long time, but I love that movie when I was a kid.
And also, we can now get back to, I guess, the political nature of this, but I'm just rarely in a good mood, everybody. So,
yeah.
I know.
We got a new old guy.
I'm feeling like it's falsely because Joe Biden's president.
Oh yeah, it has nothing to do with Joe Biden. It honestly has nothing to do with Joe Biden. Like I just,
anybody listening,
I watched almost none of that.
I mean, it's definitely not. But I mean, I'm letting him have credit for it. You know what I mean? Like I'm just trying to.
That's the trend right now.
Pretty much, yeah. Well, yeah. It's just I don't know. It's good. It's good. Plus, plus this time of day, and I ain't been really eating the way I would,
I'm waiting for my pub sub right now.
as needed. I felt like I needed one. So I needed one. I went to Five Below, and it was good.
Oh yeah,
And I'm
I hear
driving that.
that.
I'm driving that truck that I got for free that sat in a swamp, and it's running okay-ish. But I realize now I can't afford to drive it. So if I express my anxieties like this in a funny way, they don't feel so bad. But somebody
Yeah,
else,
that's what I do on a daily basis.
that's, that's pretty much why I agreed to do an emergency Joe Biden thing to let y'all know how much I care that Joe Biden's president now. It was just like
Brittany's just like doing Pac-Man like around coronavirus right now with her
Yeah.
family.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
You're
I
not
think
feeling-
we're all in the clear. My brother tested negative. Some people at their office tested negative, and I think my mom and the secretary have made it through. So
What did the office test?
no,
The
they tested
surfaces.
negative.
No, I don't mean the people. I mean the surfaces.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. No, I'm not going up there.
yeah. Let's not find out. I mean, fuck, we
I'm
know
still
Tr-
like, I'm still like not fully going around my mom either.
Yeah,
I'm like,
no, you
how long
should.
do I keep this up?
enough.
I mean, 10, 15 years, whatever.
Yeah, I basically would use that shit forever now. I'd be like, you
Yeah.
know, if I could be like, because I'm avoiding my nephew's birthday party, because it's gonna be in Bunker Hill, a trailer park neighborhood, and I just know it's not going to be like a pleasant experience for me. And
I mean, it's great for like, I don't want to be there anyway. Also, you probably might have coronavirus near you.
Yeah.
Well, I love my father, but there's a reason why him and I aren't closer, and it's because he's, Nazi-ish, like
Right.
you know,
Yeah, it's a Roman salute mostly.
yeah, he's a big fan of like the aesthetic parts of Nazism. He's not necessarily anti anything, but he's he's him. He's the old, he's an old fucking shrimper, truck driver guy, slightly racist, not really racist, but racist. You know what I mean? Like,
We're doing a fourth what?
yeah, exactly. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck do I have in common anymore, Dad?
Right.
Like, what are we
Yeah.
gonna talk about? And also, he's a Trumper, right? So I was
Yeah.
talking to my buddy Chemo, who my dad wants me and Chemo to go, and we're talking, and we're explaining, we're like, they're probably not going to wear masks. You know what I mean? They're gonna be drinking, they're gonna be fucking, like my dad one time went on how Chicago's got a U-boat in their museum.
I guess. Yeah. I don't know.
Well,
It's
Chicago
been 20 plus years since I've been there.
Chicago has some kind of museum, and they have a full U-boat in there. And he went there in 2014 while I was working for the Democrats. And the motherfucker discovered it because when my brother died in the army, you get the death benefit money. So my dad got $500,000.
Whoa.
And
Really?
he probably spent it on. It's all gone now. But he
Yeah.
bought all kinds of shit. Cars. Old Blue was one of his fucking things. He sold a buy here, pay here, and it only had one owner, so he just bought the truck. He had 28 cars at one point.
Jesus.
But he took a fucking vacation towards the end of the money to Chicago to see the New Zealand rugby team play or whatever. But the motherfucker discovered internet shopping, and he ordered him a replica crew outfit from a U-boat and wore it on the fucking thing.
Is that the picture you sent us?
Yeah,
Yeah.
people thought he was part of the tour. He was just wearing a replica uniform because he wanted to pretend he was on a fucking U-boat.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck do I have in common with him anymore?
I know. I'm going through the same thing. It sucks, man. I mean, it sucks for me, but
I mean, it's just, I feel like, I don't know. I
I
feel
would
like
care.
it's
I would be like more upset about this if it wasn't Joe Biden's America.
you're right. You're
Everything's
very
okay
much right.
now. We're done.
I was
All right.
thinking this. I was like, I do feel like Obama is back in office again. Like this is 2008 all over again.
For some of us, that isn't a good thing.
Yeah, for too many people, it's not a good thing. And for too many of the people who were last summer were on the side of the making things better for everybody. Brunch is back, everybody. The Marvel movies are the new thing. Also, my favorite thing now is that COVID numbers to Republicans are fucking. It's not, it's gonna be great. The hypocrisy thing's just wonderful. It's
Oh
wonderful,
yeah,
everybody.
it's
Wait, what do you
amazing.
mean the COVID numbers? What are you talking
So
about?
I guarantee. So watch now. Republicans are going to be all about how many people are dying from
Oh,
COVID.
yeah.
They're
Wait,
gonna
did
be-
you guys see Dr. Fauci do his little thing today?
No, because I don't want to.
Have a job.
Dude, it was like it was April all over again, dude. It was kind of awesome because they kept asking, like the reporters kept asking him to like shit all over Trump.
Right.
It was so calculated, but in the nicest way he could possibly say. And he said it about 4 or 5 times. I could bring it up if you guys want to see it. He was just
Sure.
like,
Work
yeah,
on that.
the last administration fucking sucked.
We'll talk. We'll talk about
What?
how I got so mad on Twitter about the flag thing for the inauguration.
Oh no, that was
Yeah,
that was
you guys
worth
need to talk
being mad
that for
about.
sure.
It was worth being mad about, but it was such a fuck. I was just like,
No, it's performative liberalism.
It is.
I'm tired of it. It's
and
ridiculous.
And the person was like, yeah, they got paid to work outside, and I'm just thinking to myself, like, I ended up blocking that person because I was going to end up starting to say real hateful things, and I'm trying not to be hateful.
It's block or get
It's
banned.
Joe Biden's America. Don't be
Yeah,
hateful.
no. I mean, yeah, you're right, kind of. I mean, I was gonna call her everything but a white woman, basically, as the old insult would be, right? Like, just old timey shit. I might call her a fucking scoundrel. I don't know. Whatever. I she would make me so mad, right? But I could tell they had never once been in the cold working. I'm sitting there. I wanted to ask him, like, do you think they get paid per flag? You know, like, do you think that like it was like they got like a bonus to put the flags out, or do you think they went from, hey, it's January in DC, let's try and stay inside as much as possible and not actually work, and instead we're gonna go out and we're gonna put a bunch of flags up to represent the people that died from COVID?
Yeah.
They
Well,
don't
wait,
even care.
They put
Yeah.
200,000 up, right?
Yeah, some shit like that, and it's
That's
like,
why I was asking you guys. I was like, it's 400,000.
yeah, it's so fucking, it's so empty gesturing, and she's just like, but gestures don't mean anything. I'm like, yeah, literally, it doesn't mean anything. They could have,
Okay.
they could have
This
given
goes into
money to
this.
people.
That whole ceremony was like a slap in the face to conservative America, like so blatantly.
Because that's all they care about. It's
Lady
all
Gaga,
over there.
Lady Gaga sang the national anthem. J-Lo, and she had to throw in Selena. Did you guys see Mitch McConnell behind Joe Biden the whole time? He looked like he wanted to kill everyone there. What?
If the whole time from the
Wait, we can't hear you. What?
God damn it, because my voice gets so high. The phone,
I
the
know.
Zoom thinks, Zoom software, because I'm so angry. Fun fact, everybody, my real inside voice, like the voice inside my brain, sounds like that. Super high pitched, super fast. Right. So if I get like that, it's not slow and southern drawled. That means just there's no filter with it. And my brain will overheat if I do it too much. But no, Brittany, I did not watch that because why would I watch?
I saw
farts.
nothing. I have no idea what happened yesterday. I didn't watch it at all.
I'm trying to find the Mitch McConnell part.
The thing with
Mitch McConnell, you are now owned.
Yeah, I saw pictures of. So Twitter I'm trying to be on Twitter more, which is dumb, right? but
Yeah.
but it's good for our brand or whatever.
Yeah.
But it keeps trying to get me to follow Chrissy Teigen because she's entertainment or whatever, and she's
Her and
posing with-
Charlotte Clymer.
Yeah, I'm vaguely aware of them, or she, right? Like she's a trans veteran commentator thing, right, or something.
I guess I don't know that much about her.
The
This
thing
makes
is,
me
the
bad, but I don't
job.
care enough about her to know her pronouns.
There you
Yeah.
go, exactly. But the thing meant like the job. Like I don't know what the fuck they do for a living. Like some of that shit. Like how are y'all alive? Like what? Like if you had to quantify your income, what is the thing you do?
Yeah.
Other
What's
than
in your
just be-
W-2?
Yeah, other than just be alive. Like what the fuck is your thing? Like is it family man? Like just Y'all ever heard of comedian Steve Hofstetter? He's got
No.
famous for the owning
familiar.
hecklers or whatever.
I guess so.
He turned into kind of a Trump reply guy towards the end there, but he's point is with him. This is coming back to his opener is a New York comic I knew that in quarantine went to his family's house and was like rich as fuck. But when I met up with him the last time he came to Florida, I asked him like, "How do you afford to be on the road being a comedian doing this, man? You're not making, but like, you know." He's like, "Oh, I have rich parents," and I feel like some of these Twitter people they're on there all the time. It's like, do y'all just have rich parents? Is that what this is? Because I'm
Probably.
unemployed, that's why I can do it. But like y'all are on, you make 75,000 posts a day things.
Oh, when I watch TikTokers, I think the same thing because TikTokers have to post like 5 videos minimum daily.
Fucking Heather, I don't know how
Heather's
much.
one now. Yeah.
Yeah, she told me like they pay on average a video, all kinds of weird shit. But but the Twitter reply guy thing, the Trump being a brand is gone now.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
And but now I'm wondering if there isn't going to be a Biden reply guy economy.
But
And
Biden,
how do we
what's
get into
Biden
that?
gonna? What's gonna tweet? There's not gonna be nothing. It's gonna be empty. It's not gonna be anything. It's not cool. There's
Yeah,
no
but-
cool. The cool has left.
Yeah, which I mean that kind of sucks because that'd be a good job. I think like I'm looking for something to do from home that isn't too crazy. The work search requirement comes back, but what am I just gonna reply to the fucking America? It's a New Day in America thing with services and Arby's fucking by a truck stop.
It's like replying to like a Dan Niden tweet or something. It's ridiculous.
I replied to an Airbnb ad because there was one other reply, and the reply was a woman talking about she's a super host. She didn't like their stance on election integrity. It was a stop the steal shit. I'm like, so I asked like, how else are you going to make surplus rents? Like, what? Oh my God.
All right, you want to see? It was hard to find a Mitch clip because the feed I'm looking at is like 9 hours long. But here's what I found.
For no reason in the pandemic still. But Bernie gets
Pretty
memed
much
again.
like 10 hours of that though.
I swear to God, Sean, I'm not a libtard.
It's fine. It's fine. It's good.
I didn't. I just watched the. I just wanted to be informed.
Like you and one other person.
Listen, if I hadn't had shit to do yesterday, I would have watched the Garth Brooks part. I still
didn't
might
watch
watch it.
Yeah, I didn't watch. We should watch it together, maybe.
We should. We should watch it together.
Turn on sharing.
I
I watched enough to get informed. Joe Biden's speech got like super long, and I had in my notes I was going to ask you guys if Trump's speeches were that long, and then I was like, oh wait a minute, it's Trump. Of course they're
I'm
that
just
long.
glad I remembered to record. For a minute there, ahead of fucking. I'm like, did I not record? But yeah, screen share should be on now.
All right, I guess I'll share with sound. I'll show you the Fauci thing.
I literally watched none of it yesterday.
Can you guys
so I
see
don't know
this?
what
You see
happened.
this, right?
Yeah, we see.
Wow,
This is the only thing I could find, but look at Mitch's
sorry, officer.
dead eyes.
Yeah,
look
I
at her
mean,
dead eye.
but
Her eyes are black. I can't say that as a white person.
no, you're being descriptive. Literally, because of her eyeshadow and shit. Like, and also this particular picture, it does make her look like she has like no eyes at all.
Let's see.
Well, it was also still
to make that face.
frame.
Yeah,
Is that Sotomayor swearing her in?
I guess. I don't know.
It is. I was mostly asking Sean. I didn't think you'd recognize any
I
members of
know
the
shit.
Supreme Court by sight.
I know,
Hell
like
no.
Thomas.
That's her.
Oh,
That's
you know
her.
Keller Thomas, the one who only is there because Joe Biden like totally screwed the entire system.
Yeah. Again, I'm in a good mood because Joe Biden and the Apache thing. I also bought a B-1 bomber. Just
And a
saying.
can of Coke with pubic hair.
Wait, you can be happy over this too. The Trump kids weeping.
The freaking weeping, but like
Look at Eric.
they're always gonna be rich though, and people are gonna adore them. And
But they're
I'm having-
narcissists like their father. They don't want just money.
I know, but like I'm having buyer's remorse over $7 earlier. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's hard to feel anything from their tears. It's like, they're the level of suffering they'll face, even if they face a little bit of consequences, isn't enough for the pain they did. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
gonna get a smaller yacht.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they'll probably suffer literally no consequences. Like,
No,
I
of
mean,
course not.
and it's gonna be.
They hate that their father's not president anymore and they don't get that clout, and then they hate that like they don't get to make the rules that they want to make anymore.
My dad bought
I
a
could cry
used
over
Mustang
that.
today. Today, my dad bought a used Mustang, 2018.
Hell yeah.
One of the best cars he's ever had. You know,
Yeah.
and
Thanks, no
it's pretty
Biden.
awesome, right? I would love to drive that car, but when he does not have that Mustang anymore, is still not a billionaire, you know,
Yeah.
and doesn't have the name clout. Like it doesn't matter. Like
Yeah.
my dad getting that Mustang today is more important to me than either the Trump kids, their dad being president. It means nothing. Like
Yeah.
you have to take yourself away from that working. Like you're a working class person, I'm a working class person. Our achievements are more than our dads being president.
Yeah. But that's just how they think. It doesn't make it right.
No, that's how you think they think. It
Well,
really,
how do they really think then?
I don't think they care. They have no like.
I think he's doing
We think
crocodile
about it as
tears.
empathy.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think they. I don't think they know what empathy is. I don't even
Yeah.
think they understand. Like he's crying because he just. It's like the guy, the fucking Kyle, the guy that fought Superman in that fucking dumbass movie. What's his name? The actor, Michael Shannon said in the Playboy
Yeah.
thing, where it's like Trump's not having fun. Trump
Yeah.
doesn't have fun. Period. None of them have fun. All of that shit. They're doing robot pretend emotions. I would
Yeah.
like.
That's
Galaxy
impressive though.
It's not that impressive though because they grew up with that.
You know,
My dad's
Brittany,
worked his entire life to get what he has.
But I couldn't just cry on camera.
No,
like
But how many actors do you know that can? Let's be real. We know a bunch of actors that can cry on command.
Yeah.
Like, or plus there's pills and there's also the drop things. Who the fuck knows? But again, like, I just don't feel any joy in it because again, it's 200,000 flags to represent the dead people, but they're gonna give us a $1,400 check instead of a $2K check.
They meant a total of $2,000.
Yeah, they meant a
That's
total
what you don't
$2,000.
understand.
Yeah.
They didn't say that, but they meant that the entire time.
You know,
I know
like,
a lot of people are fucking pissed about that today. That's one of the things that people have been talking about
Well,
on our side.
I saw.
I would say that they should be blown up by creepers in Minecraft.
Yeah.
Like my cousin posted something like, so when do we get to talk about impeaching Biden? And I replied, I was like, you obviously don't follow enough leftists because they're already pissed.
Yeah, they're already I have seen a bunch of tweets. Where's my 2K?
Yeah.
One of my favorites was like that inauguration is pretty fancy for a man that owes me 2K.
Yeah.
I really wish I knew how to make an Apache 30 millimeter gun. Then I could get a lot more than that.
Yeah.
But then like,
My machine still not that good.
Didn't he like put some dude from Monsanto in his cabinet or some shit too?
Everyone in his cabinet's like garbage.
Bought and paid for.
Yeah.
One way or another. I mean, you're going to work for Joe Biden. Joe Biden's the senator from MBNA.
Yeah, exactly.
What does that mean?
That's a bank in Delaware. He's the
Yeah.
senator from Delaware. There's a reason why all the banks are in Delaware. Look at your credit
That's not
card
even
statement.
a joke.
Yeah, it's not a joke. That's his thing. Like that's
Yeah.
literally like that's his.
And you know what's bad about Biden? All those banks are from Delaware, and he's not even like super rich.
Yeah, again, yeah. I think the Chapo Trap House Felix thing, like he did it for a windbreaker, and I think he did. He just
It's
did
so
it 'cause
cucked. He's like
yeah,
the
it's
most
so
cucked
fucked. It'd be-
senator.
like if I was the senator from Delaware and was corrupt, I would have one of them like Paul Allen style yachts somehow. Like I would have worked out some way that like a guided missile destroyer got built but halfway finished and then like sold to me for scrap.
My
You know what I
Taco
mean?
Bell would have a helipad.
Yeah, exactly. Like I would have me one of them like my yacht is a decommissioned Freedom class littoral ship or something that Lockheed Martin built as a because that y'all remember the Sea Shadow? or
No.
even know what the sea can. Brittany, will you
Tell me.
Google a picture of the sea shadow and share it? Because none of you will. You'll recognize it by sight, both of you. It was a '90s thing, but it was a stealth research
Oh, yeah.
vessel thing, right? Pull it up, right? So the thing about that is, we ended up we couldn't give it away, we couldn't scrap it, so it just kind of sat.
This
Uh,
thing.
that stupid
It
billion.
looks like the
fucking-
Merrimack.
It does look like Merrimack, and that was
Looks
built
like it
to
should
be.
be in Star Wars.
Yeah, it does, and it was built to be. They were supposed to make a bunch of them, and they didn't make any of them other than that one, right? And it's a weird design thing, but uh, they couldn't scrap it, and no one wanted it as a museum, so I think it's still just rotting. Type in "sea shadow rotting."
Why
got
didn't
ghosts
anybody
on it.
want it? It's cool as hell.
Because you
Oh,
well
look.
that it's the you guys
Okay.
that's not it. That's not it.
What are we
Suck
looking
the
for?
corn.
Sorry.
I'll find one later, but either way, like
This one?
there you go. Yeah, so it's just sitting. Oh, it's sitting right here. Ghost of the Mothball Fleet. Click that one.
I don't think this is it though.
That one, the one up from that one. I
This
realize
one?
I'm pointing at my screen. Yep, that one. It's sitting in it's sitting in that stupid fucking thing. It's sitting in a goddamn like hangar thing, right? Because it's got too much classified stuff. They don't want to give it away or whatever. And they can't scrap it. And no museum wants it because the Navy won't pay for the museum. You've got to pay to come get the thing yourself. What I'm saying is, if I was the fucking senator from Delaware, or if I was a senator, that ship would have got sold to me in working condition, and I would have me one of them as a personal yacht.
Yeah, okay, I get you.
But Joe Biden instead has like has a Corvette. He has like a first gen Corvette he got to drive recently.
Listen,
Yeah.
Is this?
dad
is
could
this-
drive.
Yeah, yeah.
God, good dad drive.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's just these people do it for the stakes, and it's just I don't know. They must have different brains than us, and they just don't see it the same. They just can't see it the same way because if I was going to sell my soul to banks, I would want to have like they'd have to offer me, hey, Big Tim, would you like your own Aegis cruiser?
Would you like
Yeah.
a carnival?
But to Joe Biden, it's like, hey, Joe, we made you a jacket that's real leather and it's got your name on it. And
That's it.
he's like, yeah,
Listen, Jack.
yeah. Listen,
Yeah,
Jack,
I'll take that.
I'll take that deal.
But why is he like that though?
Because he's a fucking, I don't know, old man that was friends with Strom Thurmond.
Is it, do you think that he's naive? Like he is a nice guy, but
Brittany, have you Googled Strom Thurmond yet?
no.
Yeah,
Oh,
then
boy.
you don't know why that came up.
I can feel that one. I
Hold
felt it
on.
in my bones.
Is this something I should look up later on?
Oh, it's
Real
relevant,
quick and see what you could also do image search for that one too.
right?
Well, yeah, I see an old dude.
You see an old dude who was elected. He was a segregationist, and he was one of the oldest serving senators. He served till he was like 99 or some shit,
Yeah.
and he was racist as fuck.
One of these guys?
No, Strom.
Strom.
Like
Oh.
storm,
Strom.
but move the R
Like
and the
that?
Yes.
O. Yeah. There
There
you
you go.
go. Yeah.
Like
That
Yeah.
old
Yeah.
fucking man.
Ew.
That's a picture of Joe Biden and him together. But put in
He
Put
looks
in-
like he got bit, but
Yeah.
nobody knew he got bit.
put in KKK behind Strom Thurmond.
Oh no. Is this him? No, that's him right there.
Yeah, that's him right there.
And who? All right. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, he gave his eulogy.
I'm stuck in funeral. I don't
Oh my
want to go to.
God.
I'm out of my nephew's life because my dad likes to cosplay as a Nazi.
Who's this guy?
That's probably Strom Thurmond campaign ad.
Ralph Northam. I think we
Let's-
know about this
again,
guy.
Oh, just let's. That was the governor. He did blackface. The governor
Yeah.
of Virginia did. But a bunch of politicians, I don't know, decide that blackface is fine, and I don't know. The only people that do blackface, I feel like, is Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
All right, you want to see this Fauci shit?
Sure,
All right,
sure,
let's see.
sure.
I think I have it queued
Then
up pretty
then
good.
I'm gonna pull an Odin and I'm gonna pull out one of my eyes so that way I can get all the knowledge removed.
All right, listen to what he said.
One in South Africa, which is a little bit more concerning, but nonetheless not something that we don't think that we can handle.
Give it like a
What is
minute.
the message? Because someone could say, now wait a minute, if you have the possibility that the vaccines are diminishing in their impact, why are we vaccinating people? No. It is all the more reason why we should be vaccinating as many people as you possibly can.
As soon as possible.
Because as long as the virus is out there,
Good old David
replicating,
Pacman.
viruses don't mutate unless they replicate. And if you
There
can
was something around
suppress
here that had something to do with
by
Trump.
a very good vaccine campaign, then you could actually avoid this deleterious effect that you might get from the mutations. Bottom line, we're paying very close attention to it. There are alternative plans if we ever have to modify the vaccine. That is not something that is a very onerous thing. We can do that given the platforms we have. But right now, from the reports we have, literally as of today, it appears that the vaccines will still be effective against them. With the caveat in mind, you want to pay close attention to it. So, Jim, why don't I just stop there and then maybe just answer some questions?
What
Yeah,
if
here we go.
hit the body with a very powerful light?
Helpful would it have been if Amazon got involved with the federal response to COVID-19?
Oh yeah, I definitely want to establish a precedent of Amazon being involved with having federal everything to do with us. Let's definitely trust Jeff Bezos to give things to every one of us all the time and know where we're all at and
Exactly.
who we are.
That's worse than Bill Gates.
Yeah, at least Bill Gates wants to be a fucking nerd on Earth.
Yeah.
Jeff Bezos is like Elon wants to fucking do indentured servitude on Mars. But
Yeah, fuck him.
Sean,
All right, hold on.
you caught that part, Sean, where the first question is asking why Amazon's not involved with the vaccine distribution, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is that, some CIA shit?
No, I mean just like yeah, but yeah.
I think
Most everything is probably CIA.
I have a timestamp at 48:38 that I think had something to do with
Just
Trump.
hit the button.
With
Just
Trump.
hit the button.
Or
Just
discussion.
play it. Just play it.
Yesterday.
No, I don't think I could answer that question. I'd be waving my hands about that. So
I'm hoping that.
Well, you know, one of the
Not
new
getting
things
fucked
in
up.
this administration is if you don't know the answer, don't guess. Just say you don't know the answer.
Did you catch that?
Yeah, under the new administration, he's allowed to say I don't know instead of just guess.
Yeah.
But it
that
also
that was the start of him politely shitting all over Trump.
yeah, definitely.
Trump's not the problem.
Trump's not the problem. No,
Trump is the
I'm just
symptom.
saying it was great.
Brittany,
It
if
was
you got
great
a
to
sore
see them
throat,
try to push.
Yeah,
if you get a sore throat, are you gonna say like, "Oh, the sore throat is the entire cause of my disease, my sickness"? No, exactly. Trump's a sore throat.
Do you know what would would make Fauci cooler in my eyes?
What?
Is if last year about May, he publicly quit and did a press conference and was like, "The president's fucking betraying you." And all this stuff, or maybe did it,
I wanted him to do that so bad.
Yeah, or maybe I don't know. Don't tell people not to wear masks, or at least just be upfront about it, so that way you don't just give a whole segment of the population a bunch of evidence to not trust you at all.
Hold
Or say,
on, this is my
you can't wear
pushback.
masks because we don't have any masks.
Yeah, just say that. Don't just.
But
say,
he
don't-
did say that, didn't he?
No,
No,
he
no,
didn't.
no. He
Because
said
that's what I got from what he said. As a
No,
sane
you're
person.
looking back.
No,
It's
you're looking
hindsight.
back.
That's
I
hindsight.
swear to God, I promise you, because when people started bringing this argument up to me, I was like, what do you mean? He said not to wear masks because we don't have enough. Like, and then they told us to wear bandana. Like, I get it. I completely understand. Shit changes.
Well,
But we
that's
didn't
because-
have them.
That's because you weren't paying attention till the narrative they started with that, and they literally changed the website and shit like that. They started with the mask will just make it worse. Just stay home. They still were pushing the stay home, but they were like the mask will make it worse. Like that's that happened.
But they didn't know.
No,
It's a
they
novel
knew. No,
coronavirus.
they
they
knew like
knew.
a lot
This
sooner.
is not
China knew.
this is not
So
a
then why-
conspiracy theory. Why?
Then what's the
Because
point?
they didn't want to admit they didn't have the mask because Obama didn't refill the strategic stockpile of masks after after SARS.
How do you know that? Because everybody's narrative
Because there's
is
the
that-
Intercept article that I could send you that you could read. Like the investigative journalists did digging into it. Also, before this pandemic most of your like conspiracies.
Stop looking
that'll
at
happen-
MSNBC.
Yeah, stop
I'm
looking at-
not. This is just me reacting to like when all this happened. I would
Yeah.
listen to them every single day, and this was this was my thought process when this was
Yeah.
going on.
Basically, this is the response to this is a bipartisan across the board absolute fuck up. We
So
have
what was the point of it though? Is my question.
point to cover up the absolute because they can never be wrong. Have you ever heard the federal government admit they were? Have you ever heard a government official go, "My bad"? Even
No.
in the that's the point. It's like the old Soviet Union.
But okay, so what you just said, that would be pretty fucking hard to stand up there and be like, well, we don't wear a mask because we don't have the PPE because Obama didn't refill it. And then the crowd goes wild and they're like, well, why didn't Obama refill it? Well, because of this and this. And then you just go down
know
a
why they
rabbit
didn't
hole.
refill?
That's Khrushchev. That's Khrushchev's
Khrushchev-
Soviet Union.
Yeah, that's you're based. Yes, that's you're defending the lie because the truth hurts.
But what's the truth? Okay, what's the truth?
The
Help
truth
break-
is that the government didn't want to spend the money on us. They wanted to spend the money on war. That they took the budget for the pandemic stuff. Hell, the guy in charge of pandemic response that Trump put in there, instead of preparing for this kind of thing, prepared for a bio attack and bought a bunch of smallpox vaccines for everybody. They wanted a dose for every American from a manufacturer that he has ties with for double the going rate for it. So this place and okay, so we'll have a national stockpile of smallpox vaccine in case of a Al-Qaeda smallpox attack. No,
I don't know.
or
But it does make
or-
sense to me though that shit changes, man.
Yeah,
They didn't know
shit
what was-
changes, but you're that the risk of that is minuscule as fuck because bioterror is hard as hell to do. People do not the movies make that shit seem way easier than it is. Fucking ask anyone that's tried to grow magic mushrooms how easy it was to not contaminate the shit you're doing. You gonna tell me that fucking they're gonna make smallpox, weaponized smallpox in a fucking cave in Pakistan? Give me a fucking break. Or what's more likely, a fucking avian flu is going to come from the fucking Southeast Asia again, like the third one since 2000. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay, hold on, because my jump into this world was through coronavirus. So help unbrainwash me from what I learned at the beginning of all this, because I've been protecting Fauci like crazy. I know that's a
Fauci-
hard thing to do, but
it's fine. Again, it's somebody has to.
he
take the
seems like a good guy.
Yeah, he is. Sure, he is. Again, I'm not saying he's not a bad man. But he's serving the interest of the status quo. So he does not have the integrity that you think he has. They're giving you a false sense of integrity for him. Also, why do we need to have someone so old to be in charge of something? Do you think Fauci knows how to do a text message or knows what an emoji is?
No, but I mean, I do in his situation. Outside, I agree that like politicians shouldn't be in office and making decisions. But in someone's like in someone in his position, age comes with wisdom. Wisdom comes with age.
Yeah, to a
Do you
point,
need to
but
be able
they
to
don't-
send a text message to create a vaccine?
No, but you need to have read the most recent scientific journals. You need to be up to date on the shit that's happening.
But
Go
who
talk-
says he doesn't?
talk
Maybe
to
he has
old-
an assistant that just prints them out for him.
Yeah, that's the point. And maybe
You
the
would
assist.
you wouldn't
you're-
say the same thing about Trump though.
Yeah, I mean, well, I would say the same thing about all of them. But my point.
But
being,
politicians
again,
don't have a specialty.
Yes, but what you're not getting here is okay. Think about Martin Scorsese, right? Do you think he knows how to use a fucking iMac?
He doesn't need to though.
Yeah, he doesn't need to, but you know what? Technology and shit changes with the medicine and all, right? If you're talking like he's so far removed. This is like getting Steven Spielberg to be in charge of this because yeah, he made all that stuff good and stuff. But it's like your time is done. You need someone more active. You need someone, also you need someone that didn't lie, and you need to not lie. We should have fucking said, yeah, Obama didn't refill the mask. We got caught. We got fucking stuck. The government was slow in response. A mask manufacturer offered to ramp up to make masks in America with good quality, and the government just didn't get to it fast enough. And these places wanted long-term contracts because they didn't want to invest a bunch of money to ramp up production of a fucking niche item that barely got sold here. You know, and we allowed offshoring with 3M and tax incentives, right? So a bunch of 3M stuff got kept by China because China said, no, fuck y'all. We made it here for, it doesn't have to get to export. Exactly. Where does all this come back to? Fucking super rich people getting to keep more of it, the fucking pie. Because they made way more money.
On that. Or I can see that.
I'm glad you agree on the fucking truth of the matter because they went from they were tired of the mask costing $1 to make here. They could make it for 99 cents over there or for 40 cents over there and keep the difference. It never trickles down. It's the same shit with this $15 an hour thing. It's like Joe Biden, for the people that are unaffected by this, right? And like the most politically active people in America are the top 10% or the top 20%, like are super engaged on either side. Like the New York Times did this thing or whatever, right? They all tend to have money or upward, because time equals politics. If you don't have any fucking time, like Sean doesn't have any fucking time, right? You won't have any time soon. I won't have any time soon. That. Like it'll be harder to keep up with this shit for a reason. So they take advantage of it every time.
Well, that's another reason why I wanted to do this podcast, so that
I know, but
I can keep engaged.
Well, and we're gonna keep engaged and all. But like again, it's that's why Fauci, they're doing this. Performative gestures, just like them fucking flags. You have Fauci get up there and politely shit on Trump instead of going, no, that guy was a dupe. He could say he was stupid. The previous administration did this bad, but instead he does that.
But what's the point of just being blatantly like, yeah, he was a fucking moron? Like, what does that do?
The truth,
what happened?
To show what happened, to tell the truth, to admit responsibility. For all the lives, all the death, all the fucking pain, all the suffering.
But we're all held accountable to our fucking bosses and shit.
But they're our bosses.
Yeah.
We're their bosses.
I'm sorry. We're their bosses. I said that wrong. We are their bosses. So we should be able to say something to them. Instead, it's like, well, they tried.
They tried. Yeah, and they fucking failed and lied about it. And
if I did a bad job at my job as the previous administration did, I would not have a job right now.
You get fired.
Yeah.
There were so many times during this past year where I was like, I'll get fired if I don't do my job. And these people do whatever they want and they never get fired. Ted Cruz should be fired right now. If he was working for a corporation, he would be fired.
Yeah.
And they talk about the cancel thing. Like Trump could have called a press conference. None of them are censored. You're a member of Congress, you're talking about being censored. But yeah, we let Zuckerberg, we let these people have too much power. We let them have all this. You let them have this. Y'all were the ones that did this. You're bitching about it because the inauguration being a giant fuck you to conservatives. That's because that's all that top 20% on either side gives a fuck about.
Yeah,
because
it's just like that meme I sent you guys where it's like Bush is always going to find a Michelle in a crowd. Like that's all they cared about.
They're all nothing ever affects them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like what do you worry about getting wet if you're on top of the boat? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're not worried about drowning. They're not worried about swimming. When was the last time you think John Legend or Chrissy Teigen worried about their power bill?
Never.
Well, I mean, John Legend
20s
for a long time. Yeah, when was this? I mean, yeah.
How old is John Legend?
He's about the same age as me. I remember rocking out to him in high school. He was older. I love that dude. Now he's fucking married his wife, who
he's
decided
42 years old.
Okay,
Ugh,
Yeah.
people
It's
get
been a
that
long
old?
time. It's been a long time. Been a long time.
So I bet you 20s was the last time he couldn't pay one of his bills.
Probably.
Maybe.
I'm not even saying couldn't. I'm
Kinda-
just saying worried about it. And then Sean's
Yeah.
saying paid it. You know what I mean? It's just again, and it's like him talking about don't donate to the food bank, donate to a Democrat senator who they made ads that were 2K checks, and now again it's
He said
total.
that?
Yeah, he said
Holy
that. It was a thing
shit.
on Twitter. He was like, it'll matter more. Again, that's is why I'm coming into these fucking peak. They're out there again. It's like, what the fuck? Like, it's just they're.
Yeah.
I'm tired of the performative gestures from people that will never feel any of this pain ever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm
That's
forced
why I
to.
didn't watch a single second of yesterday.
Yeah, you know, I'm just
It's
like
a joke.
I'm
Well, when I was
forced-
listening to Joe Biden's speech, I was like, I actually wrote this down. I was like, am I radicalized? Because I don't believe a damn word that he says.
You shouldn't.
You
He
shouldn't,
doesn't.
yeah.
He doesn't mean any of it.
It's great that he's saying that. At least he's not doing what Trump's doing.
Yeah,
but
again,
like,
it's
doesn't mean
listen,
anything.
yeah, it's better to not have that, but we're also gonna lose a ton of allies because they're gonna go back to brunch.
Yep.
And that's what
People stop
sucks.
caring.
It's the same thing that like the people that decide a lot of media that which brainwashes a lot of the people, right, are mostly from the class that nothing gets affected by, right? So they believe the myths. Like, you ever seen the people talk about how like, oh, illegals will get a free house, a free car, a free this, all this, and like, it's like Sean will be right back. But remember that Matthew Lesko guy, the guy with like the suit with the money on it? They talk about their government will give you a grant for something, right?
I think so, yeah.
Like some of these programs, like there's probably a program that gives one used Buick from a police department auction house to a single mother in need in Boise, Idaho, every 4th year or whatever, right? And that will be the source of, oh, you know, they give them free cars. Like Section
Yeah.
8 housing vouchers in Orlando, the wait list is like 5 years long, I think, 2 years long to get to Section 8. And by the way, with Section 8, you know, if you you know what Section 8 is?
Not the only thing I was about to say, the only thing I know about Section 8 is because I've rented a bunch of places in Orlando,
Yeah.
is nowhere that you rent from will take it. All over Craigslist, I remember back in 2010, 2012, no Section 8 at the bottom every time.
Section 8 is the government pays 80% of the rent. Right?
Okay.
That's the thing where people talk. You ever hear the meme conservatives say about like free housing?
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing. Section 8. You get housing vouchers, right? It comes with restrictions fucking miles long, right? And
Yeah.
one of them is felons can't be in the home. So you'll end up with people like, you know, say a guy goes to 20-year-old guy gets popped with crack cocaine in 1990, right?
Yeah.
And he goes to prison and he gets 25 years because of sentencing laws and he gets out. Where's he going to go live? His mom's house. Well, if his mom's on Section 8, he can't live there or it jeopardizes his mom's Section 8.
Yeah.
Anyone in the house gets like, so it's like they put all these strings to this Section 8. Like these programs will exist, like the Obama phones thing. You heard people talking about Obama phones. By the way, that's a Bush thing. That's an update from a Reagan thing.
Reagan, yeah.
Yeah.
My uncle has
You're
one.
getting there. Your uncle has one? Yeah,
Yeah,
it's an
right
update
now.
from a Reagan thing. It's an update from a Reagan thing, and then Bush updated the cell phones, and then just like you see them ads for the fucking medical devices on TV, if you can figure out some kind of government service that pays for something like Medicaid or Medicare or one of the things like those Lifeline cell phones, the Obama phone people hire some of the most aggressive salespeople possible. I've seen they would poach my canvassers for campaigns because they'd have people go door to door in low income neighborhoods because if you have food stamps, you get the phone. It's a benefit offered to people, to anyone on food stamps, you can get the phone, right? And those carriers know that and the government pays for it. So the carriers will buy, they'll buy 100,000 of this one model of phone and they're just making a ton of money.
Yeah.
And that's the fucking new grift. That's the new Wild West. And And so the old boss is the same as the new boss. Anything they're going to give us, they're just going to give it like that. It's like Obama phones have fucking minutes on them still,
Yeah, my
and,
uncle
and
all the time.
data caps.
I actually, a funny story. When I came here, like for coronavirus, my cell phone, I had dropped it and my camera didn't work. But it must have like landed to where the only thing that didn't work was the camera. And
Right.
obviously I go to AT&T and they're like, we can't fix it. Like, you're just gonna have to get a new one. And then they do this thing. Maybe you guys know why they do this, but they'll be like, if you get another phone line, you can get so and so for free. My dad has like 18 phone lines on his fucking thing because of this, right?
Yeah, because they bill you monthly and it's a bitch to cancel. And if you cancel, they charge you the months and all
But
this
it's
other
free.
shit. Yeah. No. Yeah, it's free with the service plan.
Add
It's free
scare
as long, add square quotes, add the asterisk at the bottom, Truth in Lending Act, that thing you signed that you didn't read that said, yes, they're going to give you an iPad, but you pay for internet service at $20 a month on that iPad for 5 years or whatever.
Yeah. All right. Well. Anyways, I ended up giving my uncle my phone because my old phone with the new number, because he would run out of minutes constantly on his Obama phone.
Yeah, there's minutes on there for no reason. There's not the technical infrastructure exists. Like, we have the slowest internet per cap, like income per capita. I mean, mostly because we're spread out and shit. But like we have slow internet. And we pay more for internet than like Europe and Vietnam. They pay like $10 a month for their phone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Their internet, like home internet in Vietnam, is like $20 a month at the same speed I have. You know what I mean? Like, it's like if Americans knew how bad we're getting fucked, we might put on more yellow vests. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
We'd have to read a newspaper that wasn't from the New York Times or whatever.
Yeah, the New York Times, the one that lies about all kinds of shit, or
Wall Street Journal,
the one that's owned by Jeff Bezos.
I keep wanting to say like, oh, I think people are waking up, and one of the things I was like gonna say was like, oh, the people at the Capitol, they're awake, just on the wrong side. But the more I think about it, I'm like, no, they're not awake. There's no working class there.
They're in a dream. Because you don't have the resources to go on a random day up there. Now a lot of them there are some working class people there. There's a bunch of people there that don't tread on me was probably working class that like they're going in debt and all. But there's a ton of people that are working class and are in deep material poverty that live in the dream world of the people that stormed the Capitol.
Yeah.
The thing is like we have an out of poverty as a thought because we have credit.
Yeah.
That's probably the biggest thing is credit turns it into us not really understanding the poverty that's happening. Like we can pay for it later. If you can pay for it later or eventually, like what does it matter?
Yeah.
Credit cards are not prevalent in Nordic countries. Credit cards are not prevalent in Europe. Credit cards are not prevalent in Asia and basically anywhere else other than America, right? And there's a lot of people who cannot afford to be alive, but they can afford to be the lifestyle they have because of credit cards. They're the people that make $50,000 a year but spend $70,000 a year.
But do you think that even though they're in a dream state, they're starting to think that their materialistic situations are slipping? Do you think that that's a good thing, that maybe we could wake them up from this dream and bring them to our side? Like,
I mean, some people are going to come to this side, but eventually, but some people are also going to go the other way. They're going to go, no, the reason why my jet skiing detailing business is going down is not because less middle class people have jet skis, right? And there's just it's illegals. It's Islam. It's
reactionary.
The illegals come in and they started their jet ski dealership,
which doesn't. And it's like, what are you talking about? Or it's like the government afford. It's like the government program thing. It's like, well, we can't afford the VA because we give illegals a car. And it's like that program that gives a used car worth $3,500 a month or worth $3,500. You know what I mean? That shit. It's that shit. They get convinced of that, and that's why they're against all of this stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The Reagan welfare queen thing, something you should look up eventually.
There's
Like,
a
it's
dollop
just
on that.
It's just there's a dollop on it. It's just a myth. It's just a lie. You know, like the real
She
welfare
was
is
white.
she was white. You know, it's the majority of people on food stamps are white.
Yeah, I know a lot of people on food stamps.
Yeah, yeah, and
yeah, they're white.
and you know what? You'd know more people on food stamps if we adjusted the poverty level the way we should.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had food stamps for 3 months last year when I got laid off, and then they kicked me off of food stamps. And you know why they kicked me off of food stamps, everybody? Because I was making $275 a week in unearned income. My unearned income went up too high for food stamps. The way they
Yeah.
call it the unearned part, it's like, so you mean all
What
that
does
money that
that
got took
mean?
out, all that money got took out of my check when I was working all them fucking hours, I was waking up at 5 a.m. I didn't earn that, getting that back when the fucking pandemic that happened. I've never eaten a fucking penguin.
Did you make a business?
Yeah, did y'all ever make a penguin?
No, do you make
No.
a business?
No, I didn't make a business.
So you didn't earn it.
Yeah, I didn't earn. Yeah, I didn't make.
That's
There you
what
go.
it is.
That's what the fucking forward government said. I
Yeah.
didn't earn the money, you know. But and it's the same reason why the unemployment website's down at night. But I guarantee you, the website to take money is up all the time. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. I gotta pee. Y'all want to watch that Garth Brooks thing?
Yeah, and Sean's gonna have to get off here. Before
Yeah,
too
let's
long.
do that on Sunday.
Let's do it on Sunday.
right.
Save it for Sunday. Let's do a full
Yep.
thing because we done
I thought
it.
we're
we've
doing a
done
short
an
one.
hour. We're doing it.
Yeah.
We did do an hour. Okay.
We
Be
did,
highly-
we did an hour. I'm also not nearly as good a mood as before.
I haven't had dinner yet, so I'm cranky. I'm cranky
Okay.
as Tim.
So close your eyes and cover up your ears. This ain't the message that you came to hear, but I can't help it if I just don't care.